did not feel special. You did not feel like you're somebody and I've got a great future ahead of me. Imagine you don't have that emotion. You don't have that feeling. It's exciting. It makes you feel good. In fact, it impacts on how you behave. It impacts on how you treat people. So imagine the opposite to those feelings if you're experiencing that every day. If you're experiencing fear, anger, paranoia, where's that man there? Like, you have to be watching your back, bro. You have to be watching how you're moving. You know, the feelings that come up inside you, why do you react the way you do when somebody talks to you and they're not even being rude? What? Where's all this coming from? Someone asks you to do something. That's how I express that emotion. What? Because it's just like, it's not from the heart. It's from a place of pain that you're feeling and expressing yourself. This was how man was living. Now, we can look at the finished article. You just saw me fighting, right? On Sky, Prospect of the Year, all of these little awards and stuff. But where did it come from? Where did I start from? I'm not here to show off and talk about me for those reasons. I'm here because I care about you. And you all. And you all. That's the only reason why I'm here. Because I care. I want to see you prospering. I want to see you tapping into your potential. I want to see you enjoying life. Guess what? I want to see you overcoming all your problems. I want to see you living your dreams. I want to see you starting to have dreams. I want to see you creating value. Why? Because you're already valuable. How do I know that you're valuable? Okay, how do they measure valuable things? Isn't it by their rarity, how rare they are? Isn't that one of the things they value, things that are precious? Come on, talk to me. Is it by how rare they are? Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Talk to me. It's not nice being alone at the front. Ain't nice being alone at the front. Talk to me now. Listen. If you understand that they value precious things by their rarity, someone tell me how rare you are. Come on. Someone tell me how rare you are. You can actually put a number on it. Girls, you can put a number on it. Tell me how rare you are. You can put a number on it. I know you know. You give yourself credit. Listen, here's what you're going through right now. Suppose I'm wrong. I don't want to speak out. Do you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about what everyone else is thinking about if you open your mouth. Guys, imagine if I done that, I wouldn't be here. Oh, I thought nearly got it, King. Beautiful, beautiful answer. What is it? He nearly got it. He said 1 in a million.
He said billion.
He said 1 in a billion. You nearly got it. Go for it. Thank you. But that's not it, but thank you. Okay? You're sniffing around. No, I'm not taking your answer.
We've got 1 in 8 billion from the one.
Wait, no, I'm not taking now from any. No. Let the man them speak. I see where you're going. And thank you as well, bro. like effort. I love that, bro. Like talking to me. Okay? Talk to me. Someone give it to me. Because you got it.
1 in 8 million.
1 in 8.
Billion.
Can you be sure and answer me from a place of confidence, please?
Billion.
Say it one time.
1 in 8 billion.
Woo! Listen to what he said is your value. You are 1 in 8 billion. I'm gonna let you sit down on that for a hot minute. You're 1 in 8 billion. You should be on posters everywhere. By rights. But guess what the deal is? That's called self-value, and it's your job to put yourself on posters everywhere. Guess where the posters start? Posters of your mind. You put yourself up in your mind as the guy of value. When you start seeing yourself as valuable, and you stop looking at your faults and the things that are wrong about you and in you, and things you're being told about you, and things you see in you, you're going to see the impact that that has on you. How do I know this? I'm not giving you no stats, no theory. I'm giving you truth. How do I know this? That changing your mind about you changes your life. And I'll keep pushing this. Change your mind about you. Start valuing you. Okay, let me show you, draw a picture of you, the guy that had 0 value. I never looked at myself in 1 in 8 billion. I didn't look at myself as somebody that could achieve anything I set my mind to. I did. I never done it. So, what did my life look like? I'll tell you what it looked like. My brother said, yo, Pete, man's got some nice inside movie on it. 80 bucks on the table. What? Yeah. How many of them are there in this movie? How many man's on this movie? Okay, let me break it down. What's my role? Okay, bro, you're the guy that goes in and you pretend you're this guy. And you go in, we'll give you all the info. You go in, act that role, draw that money out, and get out. 80 bucks. I'm brass. Guess why I'm brass? I've been homeless from 15. I've been homeless from 15. You got a better head start than me. You got a better head start than me. At least you can go in and there's some shelter over your head. When I started my journey, no shelter, no toothbrush, no food, no nothing. You find that, bro. You make a way, bro. So I'm stuck now in this world, and the worst thing I can do is not have no self-belief, no self-value, no self-worth. Because that means I'm going to act like that. So what do you think happens when a man offers me a move for 80 bags? Talk to me, girls and boys. What do you think happened? What do you think my response was? Come on, man, talk to me. What was my response? What was my response, bro? I jumped on that. What? Easy money? I jumped on that. Easy money? Is it easy? What's the price? Like guys, let me share with you that everything that you decide to do has a cost. Nothing's free. Nothing's easy. Even on the roads, you have to pay a price for what you want. What's on the table? What's on the table, guys? Huh? What's the price? You know, when you go and you want your Gucci, you want your brand new Nikes, you want all of these stuff, you look at the price tag, right? Huh? You look at the price tag, right? But we don't look at the price tag when we want stuff in our life and we're not counting the costs when we want to make a move, when we want to cuss and swear, when we want to fight and kick off, when we want to violate in school. We're not counting the cost of that on our life. We don't count the cost of that. How's this going to work out for me? Right? As you get older, you're going to learn how to budget. Man like me, you have to budget. See me? Whatever dough you get in, you budget that dough. Okay? I want to live in a nice house. I've got to make sure I budget my dough for that. I want to eat food, good food. I make sure I budget for that. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I'm not walking around in some glad rags, as my mum used to say. Okay? So I want to dress half decent. Boom. I've got a budget for that. Guys, you have to. If you want to start caring about your life, start counting the cost of every move that you make. Because this move cost me more than I ever imagined. Now, we've got this thing on the roads called snitching, right? I'll share my views with you before I tell you about what happened with me with snitching. But my views about snitching is like this. Snitching, really, the reality is you're harboring nasty people in your ends, causing damage to your ends, and could even end up causing damage in your family, because we don't say nothing when a man duckies the next man. When I was a youth, there was a young brother at my school who was raping girls. The one thing I can't stand is man violating women, because you come from a woman. How are you going to be violating women if you come from a woman? So the whole snitching thing don't work for me, because what you're doing, you're keeping evil in your community, because as long as you stay quiet about a man walking around with a zombie knife, you've said, well, whoever that zombie knife's name is on that knife, nothing I can do about it. I ain't saying nothing. Then someone dies, I didn't kill him. But you never said nothing. So you were cool with it. You said nothing. If someone said something, when Hanad Hussein was carrying his knife, when Hanad Hussein was moving around the ends, threatening to kill somebody, so he could get some stripes, a man could look at him in any sort of way to give him ratings, then maybe it would have been different. Maybe things would have been different. But then again, maybe I wouldn't be standing here before you. I want you to think about the cost. Think about the cost of not focusing on education. Think about the cost, and when I say education, I just don't mean sitting down in class, listening to a teacher and doing your work. I'm just not talking about that. I'm talking about you deciding I don't need to learn nothing. That's what I'm talking about. I learned things, the most things I've learned have been out of school. I wanted to be a businessman. I didn't go to business class. Do you know what I started doing? I started picking up books. I started getting on the internet. I started learning how to do a business plan. I started learning it myself Because I wanted to know. And I wanted to start my own business. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from creating the kind of life you want? Absolutely you. Absolutely you. You're the only one stopping you from succeeding. It's not your mum. It's not your behavioral issues. It's not ADHD. It's not all the stuff they've told you. It's not your situation. It's not your background, your household, your culture, your lack of those. None of those things stop you. Not one of them. Just your mind. Just your thoughts about you. That's the only thing that stops you from becoming successful. How do I know this? How did I go from a man that would be burning weed all day long, apart from the fact if I was doing some moves, I never mixed the two. If I was shotting, then cool, I'll be burning some weed. But apart from that, if I'm doing business, if I'm doing a move, I can get you some paper. I can get you some paper. I can get you some paper. There's better places to write than the. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying to you. This was my life. Until them blunts came in. Big fat cigars, you emptied them out. Boom, packed them with weed. I tried to put an eighth in one fat blunt. Just straight, high grade. Packed out the thing. See me up. Thinking I'm the man. All the time, what was the reality of what I was really doing? And what was the cost of what I was really doing? I'll tell you the cost. The cost was the health of my body. That was the cost. Who performs better? Who performs better? Who runs longer? Who thinks more on point and sharp? The man without weed or the man with weed? Who's got better cardiovascular? There's a cost to what we're doing. There's a cost. Girls, how do you know you ain't gonna be Britain's next top model? How do you know? What you think they want you with all them marks all over your body, but because you're not thinking how great you are, you're thinking you ain't saying nothing, you're thinking this makes me feel better, so you start juking up yourself. Because you're not thinking about how awesome you really are. And if I need help to get over this, let me get some help, but I ain't gonna do this to me. I'm gonna show myself some love. I've got a great future. I'm gonna start making an effort. Because guys, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna try and pretend and tell you that, oh yeah, everything's gonna go sweet just because you change your mind. No, it's not. You're gonna find it really hard. You're gonna find it really hard because you're used to doing things a certain way. But here's what it is. It's because you're used to thinking things a certain way. You want to change your life, you want to change your future, change your mind. Change your mind about who you are, where you're going, what you want. I beg you, listen to me. Everyone wants money. This is worth more than dough what I'm giving you. If I ask you if you want 100 bags or if you want all the wisdom, if you want all the wisdom in the world, which one would you pick? Which one would you pick? Suitcase with all the wisdom, 100 bags. Which one are you gonna pick? Live cash? You need to think about that. Because which one of those have the most value? With the wisdom, you can make how much? Unlimited amounts of dough, right? What you're all doing is thinking about the money. You're walking dough. Why? Because ideas are money. Everything you see around you came from someone's brain, a thought they had. And then they made the effort and they created what the idea was, and now they made money. Are you not listening to me? You hear what I'm telling you? Oh, you're already rich. You're already rich. Yeah, I want you to know, but I want you to live it. Live like it. We can't say we know and we can't back it. Here's how I knew that I knew. Run that video, I beg you. Yeah. Run the video. Have you got a, no, do you know what, it's all right. Oh, you got it, yeah? You've got 4 minutes. Shall I say something shall I say something really deep before you go? I'd love this to be able to do some more stuff with you guys, yeah? Because there's so much to share with you. There's so much to share. One of the reasons why I'm so passionate about your life, I want to tell you the truth, one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about your life is because I've had 7 children. Guys, you're listening to me. I've had 7 children, okay? I've had kids from I was 18 years old to 35 years old. I was having kids every 3 years. Every 3 years, another year, okay? The best thing I've ever done in my life, birth a child, bring the child up, be involved in my child's life, to help develop my child's mindset, body, all of that, and watch them grow. Like be there. I'm not talking about saying I'm there. I'm not talking about filling a role. I'm talking about changing nappies, feeding, staying up, being a part of the process. And when you're not a part of the process in your own life, you rob yourself of all the lessons that you're supposed to be learning that's going to help you to grow and become a great young man and a great young woman. Okay? I never avoided being a dad. I got right in there. I knew I weren't ready. I had nothing myself. At 18 years old, I'd barely been out of homelessness. Now I've got a youth. I stepped up. I take care of this youth. They never asked to be here. Ain't their fault. Let me do what I've got to do. Make sure I take care of them. And I started realizing I've got to be somebody. To really bring up a youth, I've got to be somebody. Okay? So now I have to show that my mind's changed. So guess what, guys? I start, instead of getting up at 12 in the day, you guys hearing me? Instead of getting up at 12 and 1 and 2 and going to bed at 3 and 4, I'm getting up at 5 in the morning and I'm hitting the roads to go jogging. Why? Because my mind's changed. My mind's changed. I believe I'm rich. I believe I'm a champion. I believe I've got value. So what do? I back it with action. I back it by talking to people nicely. Listen, guys, one day I was so tested on my new mindset. I love to fight on road. Everybody knew me for that. Banging out, man. Next minute, my mindset's changed. So I'm moving different. Here's how I know I'm moving different. Some road rage guy done some Sweeney move and stopped me from driving. I'm like, what? What's up with this guy? Just some mad big guy in his car looking like labourer looking guy. Comes out, I was like, okay, it's on. So I thought, I'm not getting backed up in my car. Let me come out my car. The old mindset would have struck first. That was always my rule. Strike first. He comes out, he's railing up, people are starting to look. Everything this and that. So I just said, boy, obviously want to hurt me and do something, so do something. Bro, you can hear a pin drop, bro. In the next 3 seconds, you just look shocked, like what? What kind of response is that to my anger, to my rage? So his next response was, nigga, nigga. you still get something out of me? You still get something out of me? Why not? Because I'm of great value. I ain't no nigga. I'm a guy with purpose now. I'm a guy that works hard now. I'm a guy that's got dreams and goals. And you could have got away with that before, but not now. I said, is that the best you could do? I said, okay, I'm gonna get in my car because you're a proper boy, you just wasting my time. I kept my eye on him, but I walked back to my car. I got in my car and I drove off. And let all the adrenaline go. Because trust me, that weren't easy. That weren't, I've never done that before. I've never done that before. That was like a wow moment. Did you really not back it, Prince? Huh? How come we don't feel moist then? Because that was the most powerful thing I ever done in my life. The most powerful thing I ever done in my life was to not let somebody else use me as a remote control. I know what words to use to get you angry, to make you freak out. Fed's gonna come along and see me banging him up, because guess what? I was 2 weeks away from my next fight. And when you're 2 weeks away from your next fight, you're like a machine. All you do is train, eat, sleep, shit, training. You hear me? Thank you. My wife's waving, telling me it's over. Now, do you want this to be over? Talk to me. Do you want this to be over? Just put your hand up. I don't feel no way. You're gonna hurt my feelings. Do you want this to be over or do you want me to carry on? I won't carry on, but I just want to know. Would you like to hear more? Put your hand up for me, bro. Beautiful. Is there anyone else that would like to see me again?
Again, yeah, another
Thank
time.
you, thank you. Just keep your hands up. I just want to see. Just keep it 100. You're not hurting my feelings. If you don't want to ever hear nothing I've got to say again, it don't hurt my feelings.
Mark, we definitely want to hear more from you. We're just aware that some children have transport that picks them up, so that's the challenge.
100%. I've got so much more for you. I ain't even hit you with the money, Alex. I ain't even hit you with the realness yet. Trust me. This gets more hard hitting.
Part two.
I was just warming up. You feel me, guys?
Yeah.
Believe me, my job, I'm passionate about helping young people realize their dreams, overcome the things that are in their way, that they really want to change and become someone, but they're just getting caught up in the bullshit of this world. There's some of you in here, I love to work with you. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention.